Welcome, you guys. I am joined in the studio today with Mr. Trey Brush. Trey, how are you doing today?
Man, I am doing phenomenal. Doing phenomenal. We get to talk about running shoes.
We do get to talk about some running shoes. So
now, do we get running shoes for talking about them?
only if this gets really popular and people start sending us shoes, which has happened a couple times. Not really. We got like free running like belts, I think, which was cool.
That is cool.
But all right, so guys, what we're doing is this is something kind of new for us. We launched a new curated newsletter a couple weeks ago called The Rundown, where basically we send you the top links that we found online. So Trey is helping with that as well as myself, just things we find that's real interesting because we know there's lots of stuff out there. And what we decided to do is jump on Blab, which is kind of cool. And so you guys can join with us when we go live, and then we'll also record this and send this out to you. But talk about some of the most popular articles from the last issue. So you guys can check out the rundown if you go to connectrunclub.com/rundown, or there's a link right at the top, and you can see our latest issue and join. We've got lots of great stuff in there for you guys, pulling links from all over the web. So not just our content, but the other great content from Runner's World, Outside Magazine, all kinds of places I've never even heard of, because Trey does. But we wanted to tell you there was one article that was the most popular from last week's issue. So that went live last Friday. So Friday the 13th. And that had to do with running shoes. So this is from Outside Online. It's the best running shoes from 2016. Again, you can find that link if you go to the rundown on our site. And we've got it pulled up right now. And Trey was just looking at those shoes. And Trey, tell me, you said, I don't understand about one shoe especially. And that was actually their number one ranked one, if I remember right.
All right. I'm afraid to even say it, but I know you mentioned one person, but I just don't know many people who run in Nikes.
Yeah, Brian Elder. I'm going to send this to him afterwards because he used to work for us, a super fast runner, and he runs in these. So they're the Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 32. Outside, assuming they're not making any money from it, this was their gear of the year. So they gave it a comfort of 5, which I think this is out of 5. Yeah. And a speed of 4.5. So I will say, of all the shoes on here, they look pretty good, at least from my generation.
Yeah. From me, not so much. I'm just gonna say
they're not as cool looking. They look like someone who's like, well, I'm almost 30 now, but
are these hipster running shoes?
They're not. I wouldn't say they're hipster, but if you're in New York City running around and you want to be in a Nike commercial, these would be the ones you'd want to wear because they look pretty cool. So, Nike Air Zoom Pegasus. So Trey, there was one you said on there. Ooh, I need to get this.
Oh yeah. Well, see, first of all, I'm a Hoka guy, and so if I was to choose one, and I hadn't even seen this one. So there is a new Hoka on here, the Hoka Speed Goat. And like you said, first of all, that just sounds like an awesome shoe to have.
Speed Goat is a ridiculous name. I love that.
Love that. But then here's the thing. I'm a little torn because I have, this past year, I've actually bought a couple of Ultra Zero drops, and I love those. But then I've got a soft place in my heart for this Brooks Adrenaline, because that was one of the very first running shoes I had, and it was not it was certainly an older model than this, but I really do enjoy that Brooks Adrenaline. That is a fantastic running shoe. It's one of those that has been around the Adrenaline for a long time, and I guarantee you there's a bunch of our listeners who are running in that Brooks Adrenaline as we speak, I'm sure.
So you said you had Ultras too?
I do. I've got two types of Ultras. I've got one that is a very minimalist shoe. And so I only do like short stuff in it because it's a minimalist shoe. Then I've got another one that's kind of modeled after the Hoka concept, which is a maximalist shoe.
Yeah.
Here's what I like about the Ultras is they have that wide toe box. And I do have a little condition with my foot where I need a wider shoe.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that wide toe box is one of the best things. I love that thing.
Now, you've told me before, how many shoes would you say are in your closet right now?
Well, actively that I'm running in 2, 4, 6, 8, probably about 12 pairs.
Golly.
I rotate 12 pairs.
Now, when I get shoes, I usually try to find just one pair. I just get one pair of shoes. Why do you have so many? Why do you use so many shoes?
I remember a couple years ago, I heard a guy who I was going to the doctor for my foot. I had some foot problems, and they were telling me that he didn't have any scientific evidence at the moment of it, but it is a guy who I trust with my feet. And he told me that he has heard that if switching up your shoes has a tendency to not get you injured, because let's just say let's say you run in one pair, and let's say that one pair is just not working for you. But if you wear it and run that thing nonstop for 300, 400 miles, he said, has a chance of doing some damage. He said, but if you go wear a pair of shoes and you wear it, 3 or 4 times a month, the chance of it doing damage to your foot or having a problem is a little bit lower. He said that way. But I mean, I feel like all of these shoes that I wear are things that I know are good for my feet. I've been doing this long enough that I kind of know what my feet needs to wear, but I do like to switch it up.
So you rotate.
I do. I rotate every day. I will never run in the same shoes back.
It's because it's kind of like they say to run on different terrain, do different races. Mm-hmm. It's the same deal. You're making it different for your feet so they don't get like I've heard where runners get hurt a lot because they just keep doing the same thing over and over. So strength training helps because you're doing different moves and everything. Yeah. Same with your feet, right?
It is. And I do the same thing with my surface. So I'm usually running on trails every once in a while. I'll run on sidewalks or run on the street. I'll run on grass. I'll find different places. I do agree on mixing it up, whether that be with the shoes or whether it be with the terrain. I think mixing it up is a great thing.
That's a great idea. I'm trying to look through. I keep seeing the Speed Goat. That's my favorite. Encourage you guys to check this out. Actually, a shoe that Mark, who's sometimes on this with us, he's on the podcast with us, the Mizuno Wave Enigma. I know he's really been liking those. Those are the cool blue ones on there. I guess the last thing from here, looking at this article, encourage you guys to check it out. The description of the Hoka Speed Goat is my favorite. It says, imagine running on Wonder Bread. That's how they started. And so they said fantastic. It's very, 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 very soft. 33 millimeters of foam on the heel and 28 forefoot.
Would you see about those Mizunos, the verdict? I like what it says about the verdicts. This is interesting to check out. Our favorite high mileage trainer this year. So if you're looking to do some high mileage.
For the Mizunos, the blue ones?
Yeah, that's what it says. Our favorite high mileage trainer this year.
That's cool. Well, guys, we just wanted to jump in with you. We'll try this out for a couple times a week and see how it goes. We're going to talk about some of the articles we find online. Again, if you want to get all these delivered straight to you, check out the rundown. If you go to connectrunClub.com/rundown, we'll send them to you totally free. You can check out some of the best stuff that we're finding in the running world. So, Trey, any last words before we head out?
Yeah, go buy some shoes. It's supposed to be in a movie. Go buy some shoes.
Trey, you already have so many shoes.
I just need a few more.
We'll have to talk about how you save money on shoes. That'll be a good one for the future.
Oh, I've got some ideas. So
that'll be good. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you guys.